Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Join Dr. Haitham al-Haddad as he continues to make corrections, to clarify misconceptions, and to refute deceptions leveled against Islam and Muslims. He's addressing the most controversial topics leveled against Islam and Muslims, especially those in Western countries, although we have to admit that some of these doubts and diseases have crept in to the Muslim psyche even in the Muslim world. In previous episodes, he talked about the preservation of the Quran, and he confirmed that it is indeed preserved. He talked about the multiple marriages of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and why should that be bothersome to some modern day people and Western cultural thinkers. He also discussed the marriage to the Prophet's marriage to Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, as well as interesting topics like slavery. Does that exist in Islam? Is that a loaded word? Can we compare that to the system in Islam? In this episode, inshallah, we will be discussing another interesting topic that perhaps some feminists may find very interesting and beneficial to watch this episode, which is women's inheritance. You can catch Dr. Haitham al-Haddad at www.islam21c.com, and of course he is the president and founder of the Muslim Research Development Foundation. Dr. Haitham, assalamu alaikum, and thank you for being here.
Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khair.
Women's inheritance in Islam, a very interesting topic to say the least, especially considering these days this is under attack by certain liberal groups and feminist groups, and indeed Muslims as well even.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. And is it true, first of all, that the woman in Islam, a Muslim woman, will inherit 50% of what the man inherits? Perhaps you can clarify that.
Okay. Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. First of all, before we address this topic, you remember in the framework we said that we need to look at Islam holistically. And also we said that Islam is the deen of Allah. Allah is the one who legislated. It's not ourselves.
Yes.
Who is Allah? Allah is the supreme. Allah is unique. Allah is the most just. Allah is the creator. Allah is not biased to anyone. Allah does not favor anyone over another one because of no reason. Okay? So he is the most just. Allah will never do any injustice to anyone. وَلَا يَظْلِمُ رَبُّكَ أَحَدًا, as Allah Jalla wa Ala says. وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ لَيْسَ بِظَلَّامٍ لِلْعَبِيدِ مَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيَظْلِمَهُم. So many verses in the Quran that talk about the justice and the adl of Allah Jalla wa Ala, and that Allah Jalla wa Ala will never commit any injustice to anyone. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَظْلِمُ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ. Even an atom or a weight of an atom of injustice, Allah Jalla wa Ala will never do it. And if it is kufr, it is disbelief in Allah to imagine or to believe that Allah may commit injustice. Astaghfirullah al-azim. This cannot even, we cannot think of it. This is one thing. So the other thing is, as we said, you need to ask the person who is asking you, why are you asking this question?
Yes.
Why? Is there any reason for that? Because if you believe that this law came from Allah and Allah is the most just, you will not ask this question, which means that you are asking this question because you do not believe in Allah in the first place, or you believe in a God and the God is not just. You know, many Christians, unfortunately, because of the distorted Christianity. So once we say Christians or Jews, we are talking about distorted, changed, altered religions, not the original religions. Many Christians, they believe that God should be questioned on what he is doing. You know, when this tsunami happened, one of the bishops, he said we should question the justice of the God.
That was on CNN, wasn't it? I saw something similar like that.
And it was on our newspapers in the UK. In the UK.
Subhanallah.
Okay, so that should not be the case with us as Muslims. Allah is supreme. Allah is the most just. Allah is merciful. Allah is not biased to anyone because of nothing. Okay. Now, this should be confirmed first. So if the person said, no, I believe in Allah, I believe in the justice of Allah, so that's it. Okay.
That's it.
So if the person needs clarification, we can clarify it. And see, we need to say that many people, unfortunately, they don't dig deep in Islam. Not even so deep, just little bit deep. They just Google, and even without Google deeply. And they, what are the most controversial issues about Islam? Yes, Islam gives women half of men.
Right.
And I heard it from professors. And I said, shame on you that you are still repeating this old rhetoric.
Subhanallah.
Shame on you. You
Yes.
are professors. You should investigate the
Yes,
matter.
you should do some
and
academic
they
research.
said, no, it is or semi-academic
Yes.
or non-academic research. Believe me.
Subhanallah.
Okay? If they just do a simple research, they will find the answer. But he said, no, it is in the Quran. Yeah? It is. I said, where it is in the Quran? Allah Jalla wa Ala says, يوصيكم الله في أولادكم للذكر مثل حظ الأنثيين. Yeah?
Okay.
I said, yeah, Allah Jalla wa Ala is giving you the wasiyah in your children for the female half of the male. Or it is, to be accurate, the male will get double of the female.
Okay.
This is for children. I said, so why did you generalize it? You make it men and women. He said, this is what it says. No, I said, just read it again. It doesn't say this. This is one thing. The other thing is, you did not complete. After that, Allah Jalla wa Ala mentioned the law of the father and the mother. Yeah? وَلِأَبَوَيْهِ لِكُلِّ وَاحِدٍ مِّنْهُمَا السُّدُسُ إِن لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ إِن كَانَ لَهُ وَلَدٌ. Okay? وَلِأَبَوَيْهِ means for both his parents. لِكُلِّ وَاحِدٍ مِّنْهُمَا السُّدُسُ. They will get, every one of them is 1/6.
Yes. Great
Okay,
point.
which is what? The
mother and the
mother
father
will get 1/6
Right.
and the father will get
Subhanallah.
1/6.
Subhanallah. Yes.
So they are equal.
Yes.
In this case, if what? If they have children. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
So I said, why didn't you read this? No, I'm not aware of this. I said, yes, because you don't dig deep. You
Right,
just
right.
want to criticize Islam. And unfortunately, some of our Muslim people started to be apologetic and they say, Wallahi, I was told that one of the Muslim icons in the West, he is saying that our scholars are looking at it and they try to find a new ijtihad.
A new reinterpretation.
Reinterpretation.
Subhanallah. And we'll
Yes.
discuss this.
And
Doctor.
even some of them said that this law should be outdated. Why? Because women at that time used to have a certain position and now they have another position.
Is this an acceptable way of thinking, Doctor?
At all, it is totally rejected. Totally rejected, and this shows that that some of us are suffering from inferiority of complex.
Yes, yes.
And which is bad, and we will never attract people to Islam if we suffer from this, because they will say, how come we go to this religion or to this deen where its people are not confident that it is the truth?
Yes, in 200 years, will he reinterpret it again? I mean, how many times will we do this?
Yes, as a Christianity,
Right.
as happened with
the
Christianity.
Protestant Reformation. This is what the Western powers would like to see in Islam.
Yes.
But Doctor, now that you have clarified this issue, it's very interesting. You said the parents, they can receive 1/6 equally if they have a child.
Yes.
Go ahead. Continue.
Okay, let me just generalize this point. They said that the case with the inheritance of women and men it can be classified into 4 types.
Okay.
The first type, women take half of the men. Yeah.
Okay.
The second type, both of them get the same.
Okay.
The third type, women get more.
Subhanallah. We'll discuss this inshallah
Yes.
also.
And the fourth type is women get everything and men do not get nothing.
Subhanallah.
Okay.
This is great.
And
Good.
they said not only this, they said that the cases where women get half are only 4 cases.
Okay.
While the cases where women get more, get same is more.
Okay.
And the cases where women get more is more, and the cases where women
Take
get
everything.
Yes, is more.
Subhanallah.
So 3
of the 4
against 1, and in each case or sub-case they get more. Imagine how that will be.
Yes, of
but
course.
the people are not focusing on this. Okay, mainly the cases when women take more, when women take half or less, not necessarily half, less, is the case of the children. When a person dies and he had a boy and he had a daughter, the daughter gets half.
Okay.
Now, why does she get half? This is another point that we need to clarify. First of all, the inheritance distribution in Islam is generally speaking governed by three laws. Okay, generally speaking. One is the responsibility of the responsibilities for both sides.
Okay.
Okay. The second one is how close they are to the
deceased.
The deceased.
Okay.
And the third one is whether they are young or whether they are old.
All these factors play a
All these factors were taken into consideration in the distribution of that. Of course, this is our understanding.
Okay.
Otherwise, Allah Jalla wa Ala has the supreme understanding, and our understanding notice that there are these three features.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. But of course, Allah Jalla wa Ala is the supreme, and Allah Jalla wa Ala is the all-wise, Allah Jalla wa Ala is the all-acquainted, etc. But we are trying to understand that. So when we say that the son takes double what the daughter takes, he is the one who is going to what? Okay, one of the factors that we have mentioned, the three factors, is the responsibility. In the future, he is going to get married. He is going to pay mahar.
Yes.
And he is going to maintain even after the marriage.
Of course.
And he is responsible to maintain his parents or his grandparents or other people or other relatives.
And wife and children.
Okay, and wife and children.
Okay.
While the wife, yes, or the daughter, when she gets married, she receives a dowry. She doesn't pay anything. Who pays for the house, etc.? Yeah?
The man will.
The man.
Of course.
Who maintains the house even after that?
The man.
The man. Who maintains the children?
The man.
The man.
Yeah,
so she has nothing to pay from what she received.
Dr. Haitham, if we can continue this conversation after the break, because you really clarified, actually, Islamic inheritance is a very detailed, comprehensive, and specific and scientific distribution of people's wealth, as opposed to what we see in many modern Western countries. So this should be a source of pride for the Muslim Ummah, but we will continue, inshallah, after the break. You guys stay tuned, learn more about inheritance in Islam, particularly regarding the inheritance of women, right here on Deceptions with Dr. Haitham al-Haddad, so stay tuned.
Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah lillah wa la ilaha illallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Deception with Dr. Haitham al-Haddad. Dr. Haitham, I really like the way you systematically explained the uniqueness and the specificness, very specific, this inheritance in Islam, and how Allah Azza wa Jalla has taken many things into account, whereas in many Western countries we see kind of a generic inheritance where it doesn't take all these factors into account. So perhaps if you can continue in this regard and talking about the 4 cases of a woman's inheritance.
Yeah. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. So we said that the first case is where women take half of the men, and we said that this is in 4 cases only.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The daughter and the son, and we said one key factor that needs to be noticed here or observed here is the responsibilities of the son.
Man. Yes.
So many responsibilities, while the wife or the daughter has no responsibility.
Right.
And this brings another concept, which is a very simple concept. There is a difference between income and savings.
Okay.
So if you have a big income, it doesn't mean that you have big savings.
Not at all.
Yeah?
Depends on your expenses.
Exactly.
Right.
Depends on your expenses.
Yeah, right.
So the expenses of the man, the financial responsibilities of the man, much more.
Of course.
So the savings will be for the wife, for the daughter, more than the expenses of the man.
Yes.
And this, subhanallah, this is there is a subtle issue here. Why Islam looks to give more expenses for women than men?
Why?
Because the man can work. He is physically more fit to do any kind of job.
Yes. And this
while
is
women have many limitations in terms of their physical ability and having any kind of job.
Yeah.
And this is the reality.
Yes.
So Islam says, yes, we need to look after them, and that's why they should have more savings. Not only this, but originally speaking, they should not maintain anyone, they should not support anyone. That is the rule. Okay. Of course, as I said, there are 4 other cases. We don't have time to mention all the cases where women take half of the men. But let us move to the second case where men and women, they take the same.
Yes, thank you, doctor.
Yeah?
Go ahead.
An example of this is the father and the mother.
Yes, 1/6 you said.
1/6 if they have children.
Okay,
Yes?
perfect.
Another example is the half brothers and half sisters, provided that they are half maternal
Yes,
brothers,
yeah.
half maternal sisters.
Yes.
Is it half maternal
Yes,
or
yeah.
half? Yeah,
Yeah,
half maternal.
Yes, from the mother.
Half maternal brothers and half maternal sisters.
Yes.
If a person died and he does not have any legal heirs except sisters and brothers from his mother,
Yes.
okay, from
Yes.
his mother, not from his father,
Yes.
then what will happen? They will share the same.
Subhanallah.
One share for the man and one share for
the
the woman.
Okay.
And of course there are some other cases. Let me just give another example when the lady gets more than the man.
Please share it because,
Yeah?
because many people will be very happy to hear this. Many women will be very happy.
Okay. If a wife died and she left a husband and a daughter, please sisters, I will not mention so many examples so you will not be confused. A wife died and she had what? A husband and a daughter. How much will the husband get?
Doctor, I don't know, but perhaps people would think it would appear to be that the man would take more.
No, in fact in this case the husband will get 1/4 and the daughter will get the daughter will get half.
Okay.
So the husband will get 1/4
Right.
and the daughter will get what?
Half.
Half.
Double, really.
You know, double, almost double. Allah Jalla wa Ala says in Surah An-Nisa, وَلَكُمْ نِصْفُ مَا تَرَكَ أَزْوَاجُكُمْ إِنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُنَّ وَلَدٌ فَإِنْ كَانَ لَهُنَّ وَلَدٌ فَلَكُمُ الرُّبْعُ مِمَّا تَرَكْنَا فَلَكُمُ الرُّبْعُ. So you will get 1/4 of your wives if they had children.
Okay.
So in this case, she had a daughter and the daughter will get 1/2, and this is the matter of consensus.
Okay.
If she has no brothers or sisters, if she is the only offspring
Yes.
of her parents, either the mother or the father. And of course in this case the example that we have given, she had a father, or her mother, let us be more precise,
Okay.
her mother had a husband.
Okay.
So this is an example. Another example is when a lady dies and she had a husband and she had 2 daughters.
Okay. Great.
Okay?
Yes.
2 daughters. Now because she had 2 daughters, according to the ayah that we have mentioned, her husband will get what? 1/4.
Right.
Her daughters will get 2/3.
1/3 each.
1/3 each.
More
so
than a
the
quarter.
husband is getting 25%,
yes.
and each daughter is getting
33.3.
33.
Yeah, yeah.
There are many other cases. In fact, I think they counted, if I recall my memory, almost 14 cases where the woman gets more than what the man is getting.
Dr. Haitham, if we consider these things, why is it in the media people like parrots, they keep repeating the woman takes half of what the man takes? And they keep, and number two, Sheikh, if I can mention briefly, why is it that some modern day so-called quote-unquote scholars would like to reinterpret this in light of modern day cultural standards?
See, I think it is 2 problems: inferiority complex, and the other thing is ignorance, jahl. They don't study. And believe me, I am really amazed. The information that I'm providing here is not something I brought it from the moon, or just please, yani, Google it.
Yeah.
You will find it. Just
Yeah.
study.
Yeah,
We
sure.
just need to study.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
all.
Yes, of course, certainly.
So, and that's why those people who keep repeating it like parrots, as
Yeah.
you say,
Yeah.
they are not really investigating. Why? Because they are not looking for the truth. And
Right.
this is what we said in
Right.
the beginning, that some people are not looking, they are not seeking to know the truth, to follow the truth. They are just want to disturb the discussion.
Yeah, of course, certainly.
I attended a conference recently, and one of the panelists, she was a professor. She was a professor, and she said, you know, because Islam discriminates against women,
Subhanallah.
and then one of the speakers was a good Muslim person, and he told her, How Islam? She said just a simple example. A simple
Yeah,
example
sure.
is the inheritance law. See, so she just threw the example
Right.
quickly because there was no time to respond, and everyone heard
Subhanallah.
that example, and he will run away and say, "Oh, look, Islam discriminates against women,"
Sure.
and in many cases, they get
Certainly.
half of the share.
Certainly, yes, certainly.
Okay.
Dr. Haytham, it would have been very nice to have had an American lawyer, an expert in inheritance law in, say, the United States or Europe, in order to compare and contrast this. But just briefly, I mean, can we speak about the wisdom that Allah has created, really specific set of circumstances for each unique set of circumstances, instead of making some general thing that doesn't fit people?
SubhanAllah, this is another point. They said that part of the miracles of Sharia is this inheritance law, because there is no inheritance law in the whole world, in the whole universe, in the whole history that is as precise, as accurate, as defined as the Islamic inheritance law.
Yeah, this is amazing.
And also they said that Allah Jalla wa Ala did not leave it for anyone. Allah Jalla wa Ala distributed
Yes.
the shares by himself, so it will not be a room, there will be no room for disagreement or confusion. Of course, there might be some rare cases, okay, where the ijtihad of the scholars come.
Okay, excellent, Dr. Haytham. Perhaps we can compare this Islamic system to the non-Islamic system, where there is actual confusion and even hysteria when somebody passes away and the heirs to this person do not know how to distribute his estate and his wealth, and there becomes fighting between family members, and the hatred and division this causes amongst people, where Allah has clarified this for us very clearly, I believe.
And because Allah Jalla wa Ala wouldn't like to see people fighting over assets that have been left by their father, Allah Jalla wa Ala told them that I am the one who is distributing it. And that's why,
Yes.
subhanAllah, Muslims accept this.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
of
Muslims
course.
accept this, and they do not have argument. Even if they were not religious or practicing or
Right.
devout Muslims,
Right.
they just accept it. We want the inheritance to be according to
the
Sharia.
Sharia.
And subhanAllah, it is, because they know that Allah has no interest in any of their business.
Right.
So, and they feel that He is what? He
Fair.
is supreme, fair,
Yeah.
above them, unique. They
Not an
would
oppressor,
accept His
Alhamdulillah.
judgment.
Yeah, of
And
course.
that's why many people, when they have disputes, although they are not practicing Muslims, they say, we will accept what Sharia says.
Okay, yes, of course. Yes, because they know Allah is not going to oppress them, of course.
Exactly.
It's
And
just-
they saw that it is at least He will not be in favor of this over this
or
for
that.
any particular
Person.
Personal
Dr. Haytham,
matter.
of course, Dr. Haytham, so we can confirm that, in fact, the woman in Islam does not take always half of the amount of the man. You had quoted 4 individual cases, and in 3 of those, or categories, 4
Yes.
categories, in 3 of the 4 categories, the woman will take either the same amount or more according to her circumstances.
Yes.
And in one of the cases, she will take half or less.
Yes.
So we have confirmed this, inshallah ta'ala. So I
Yeah.
believe after this episode, there's no really room for discussion after this.
Yes. My main point, sorry, before that, I'm just clarifying it. Otherwise, my main point, my dear respected brothers and sisters, we have to have full confidence that the deen of Allah Jalla wa Ala is the most just. And we should not even وما كان لمؤمن ولا مؤمنة إذا قضى الله ورسوله أمرا أن يكون لهم الخيار. We should not hesitate to accept what Allah Jalla wa Ala and His Messenger have decided.
This is the point, Dr. Haytham. Thank you. I
Yes.
certainly appreciate it. I benefited from this program, as I'm sure the viewers did as well. Let's go forward and let's look at the next episode. Where are we going? And what topic would you like to address next, inshallah?
What do you think? What about a very hot topic that
Of course, it
many
should be.
people are afraid to discuss? What about apostasy in Islam?
This is a big one, especially in the Western countries. Actually, all around the world, this is a huge topic, and I think we can address it, inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, thank you so much. And you guys at home, stay tuned to this program, Deceptions, because I believe I'm very pleased and honored to be part of this program. I believe it's very beneficial, and I hope that you guys think so as well. So stay tuned to the next episode, inshallah ta'ala, where Dr. Haytham will be discussing this apostasy in Islam and what does that entail, what does that mean. You guys stay tuned to Deceptions with Dr. Haytham al-Haddad. Until next time, I leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.